Okay, folks, so this is help for section 2.3, number 55. We have the limit as x goes to 0 of square root of x plus 5 minus square root of 5 over x. Since it's a fraction, we want to first see if we can plug in the limiting value. And notice that if you plug in 0 in the denominator, it zeroes out the denominator, so it's not part of the domain. One thing we can recognize is that we have the square roots, so you can try multiplying by the conjugate. And the conjugate has the same first term, square root of x plus 5, the same last term, square root of 5, and you change the sign between the two terms. So now it'll be addition. And we can't change the value of what we're working with, so we have to multiply by 1, meaning the same thing in the numerator as in the denominator. So square root of x plus 5 plus square root of 5 on the top and bottom. Keep in mind that we want to be able to cancel this x when we're done, because that's the problem. That when we plug in 0, this x is what's causing the denominator to be 0. So now when we multiply conjugates, if you FOIL, your outer and inner are opposite, so you don't need to multiply the outer and inner, you can just multiply the first and the last. So we still have the limit as x goes to 0. But when we multiply the first term, square root of x plus 5 squared is going to be just x plus 5. And when we multiply the last term, we have negative square root of 5 squared is going to be minus 5. The denominator, we want to keep factors because you can only cancel factors, not terms. So do not distribute that x, because then you'll have terms and you won't be able to cancel it. So our denominator is x times quantity square root of x plus 5 plus square root of 5. And now when we combine like terms in the numerator, the plus 5 and the minus 5 are opposites, so they're gone. And this leaves us with limit as x goes to 0 of x, a single factor, over x times the quantity square root of x plus 5 plus square root of 5. We can cancel the x's now. Remember, there's still a 1 in the numerator. Moving up. And now try taking the limit again. So if we put 0 in the denominator, we'll have square root of 5 here, and that's a constant, so we're fine. Go ahead and take the limit. You're no longer writing the limit notation when you plug in 0 where x was. So we'll have 1 over the square root of 0 plus 5 plus the square root of 5, which is equal to 1 over square root of 5 plus square root of 5. So there's 2 of them. So you get 1 over 2 square root of 5. If we want to rationalize the denominator, meaning get rid of the radical in the denominator, we multiply by 1 again. This time we'll multiply by 1 in the form of square root of 5 over square root of 5. And that'll have the same value, but we won't have a radical in the denominator. So this is equal to then square root of 5 over 2 square root of 5 squared, which will be 2 times 5. Final answer is square root of 5 over 10.